This shade house contains some of my bromeliad collection. The rest are growing outside under a very large pepper tree. The cups of the brom started filling up with pepper tree leaves quite some time ago. Then the spiders moved in and their webs are now all over the plants. It's easy to see the pepper tree leaves covering the cups of the plants, and there you can see the spider webs starting to come into play. The webs tend to hold the leaves from the pepper trees in place, and it becomes a real mess after a short period of time. Up on the next level now, and it's exactly the same situation. Lots of very healthy plants with quite a few pups, but they look a real mess. Heaps of spider webs on that neo, short and sweet. There are heaps of offsets on that plant that will be removed and prepared for sale very soon. All these bromeliads are growing in full sun down here in Victoria. They are currently being watered once a week. Those plants will be brought inside in a very short period of time, and I'll shoot a video about cleaning them up and preparing the offsets for sale online. Most of the plants in the shade house are in need of attention. There are some very healthy offsets that need to be removed from the mother plants. Some will be sold online and others I will retain and pot up. This plant is Acmea Orlandia variety ensign. Originally from Brazil, it is albomarginated with pink markings on the leaves when exposed to bright filtered sunlight. This plant is Tillandsia bergeri. It's an air plant originally from Buenos Aires in Argentina in South America. This plant is Neo Downs Mini Mouse. It has a beautiful blue-purple throat when it matures. The Downs series of Neoregalias was developed by a grower on the Darling Downs west of Brisbane in Queensland. This plant is Neo Jewelry Shop, an ever popular bromeliad. You can see that these broms require some attention. Here you can see a few mini neos hanging below the roof where they get full sunlight under the polycarbonate roof. I'll be shooting a video of me cleaning up these broms before winter sets in very soon, thus preparing them for next year's growth. A bench with larger growing neos on it, and they're all looking pretty healthy. Some with large offsets to be removed. This plant is Neo Alcatraz, a large grower. Here we can see a couple of mini neos hanging under the bench. And this plant up towards the roof is Neo Ice White River. It has strong green and white leaves and is a beautiful looking plant. More mini neos hanging up in the rafters. Lovely big clumps of plants, but all in serious need of some attention. Mini neos bunch up very well if you plant a couple of offsets in a hanging basket. These plants make a very colourful display for the end of summer. Down to the larger growers on the lower bench again. There are some quite robust growers down there. This plant is Neo Stars and Bars, a large grower. These bowl-looking plants down here are called Neo Lucifer. They are prolific puppers and produce numerous offsets throughout the year. Another view of some of the smaller neos hanging under the roof. You can see the sunlight shining on them. And there's a couple of no ID broms hanging baskets there. Huge number of offsets on each of them. And now back to Orlandia variety ensign again. My wife's favourite bromeliad, so I always tend to look after it pretty damn well.